Welcome to Mental Game Mastery, where we dive into the world of sports psychology and peak performance, designed for you to level up your athletic career.
Hey there, athletes. I'm your host, Coach P, bringing you mental performance insights and stories from being in the trenches of athletic coaching. As a mental performance coach, I get the privilege to work with all athletes across all sports. And having worked with athletes and business professionals for over 2 decades, I've come up with a list of 10 things that high performers in their craft know and understand. Number 1, have an ACE card up your sleeve. In the world of peak performance, the concept of the acronym ACE, acting changes everything, emerges as a transformative strategy. This approach underscores the psychological shift from seeing oneself just as an athlete to adopting the mindset of an actor on the stage of competition. This is about embracing a role. Much like an actor prepares for a performance, athletes who remember that acting changes everything allow for a shift in athletic preparation and their performance. It's a strategy that blends the physical and the psychological, the tangible with the intangible. By viewing themselves as actors on an athletic stage, athletes can unlock new levels of performance. And from this, we go to number 2, act different than how you feel. It is a lot easier to act yourself into feeling than it is to wait around and feel yourself into action. So if you're not confident, that's okay. Just act confident. If you are scared, that is okay. Just act as if you are not scared. The principle and strategy suggests that by consciously choosing to act in ways that contradict our current emotions or feelings, we can actually initiate a profound internal transformation. This highlights the concept that actions can precede and change feelings rather than the other way around. And this approach taps into the idea that our external behaviors can influence our internal states. For instance, if you're not feeling confident, you can adopt confident body language and behaviors, which over time cultivate genuine feelings of confidence. If you're experiencing fear, choosing to act as if you're courageous can diminish the power that fear holds over you and can actually lead to the courageous behavior you're seeking. The philosophy behind this approach is rooted in the psychological theory of behavior precedes emotion. Traditional thinking often suggests that one must first feel a certain way before acting on it. However, acting differently than how you feel allows you to be more effective and efficient by engaging in the action first, thereby influencing and altering your emotional state. One of the reasons this approach can particularly be effective is due to the feedback loop between our actions and our emotions. For example, adopting a power stance, otherwise known as the Superman pose, with your hands on your hips with a big chest, or by simply smiling. This can send signals back to our brain that we are powerful or happy, thereby inducing these emotional states. And over time, these actions create a pattern of behavior that can transform how we view ourselves and how we interact with the world around us. And before we continue, I read a quote once that said, "He who said money can't buy happiness hasn't given enough away." I have no idea who said it, but it leads me to a question I want to ask you. Would you help another athlete or coach if it didn't cost you any money and you never got the credit for helping them? If you're that type of person, I have a favor to ask you. This favor is going to benefit someone you don't know, and you likely will never know this person. These athletes and coaches are just like you were a few years ago, or maybe you are right now, less experienced, but full of desire, hungry for information, but not sure where to look. This is where the favor comes in. The only way for me to accomplish my mission of positively impacting the lives of athletes and coaches is by reaching them. And most people do judge a video by the number of views, likes, and shares it gets. So if you have found this or any of my other videos, even if it was just one thing that made you pause for a brief moment and go, would you take a moment to share this video? Hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. And guess what? It doesn't cost you a thing, and it takes less than 60 seconds. And in doing so, It might help one more athlete or coach reconnect with their why. One more athlete or coach experience a transformation in their athletic journey they may not otherwise encounter. And one more athlete or coach realize their dream. And to make it happen, all you have to do is hit like, share, and subscribe. If you feel good about helping other faceless athletes and coaches get better, then you're my kind of person. It helps me get that much more excited about helping you dominate your athletic goals. And you want to know what else? For those of you that are wanting to grow your brand as an athlete or as a coach, if you introduce something of value to someone, they associate that value with you. Take that bit of info for what it's worth. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now let's continue. And number three, losing is not an option. High performers know that losing is not an option, it's essential. In order for you to become the athlete you want to become, or if your team wants to win district, conference, state, world, or national championships, you're going to lose. You're going to lose because you're competing against the best of the best. And when you get higher and higher in the levels of competition, talent and physical skill means less and less because everyone has talent. It's inevitable that as an athlete that we'll eventually lose. So know how you should respond when it happens. Learn from the losses and learn to flush it. Failure is positive feedback and feedback is a gift. So leverage it to your advantage. Number 4, confidence is a choice. I often ask athletes if confidence is a feeling. Being a high performer is also about learning how to respond when you are faced with adversity and how to respond when you don't feel good. Do you respond with confidence? Remember, confidence is a choice. Champions don't wake up one day and say, well, the sun and the moon and the stars, well, they're all lined up today, so I'll be confident. It doesn't work that way. High performers make the choice every day to jump out of bed and be confident. They know their ABCs are to always behave confidently because confidence is a choice. And number 5, 10 deadly words that if you say them or you believe them, you will crush your performance before you even start. If you're trying to pursue excellence, if you're trying to get to the top of your field, if you listen to those 10 deadly words that you're telling yourself, you are going to sabotage your athletic career. Those 10 deadly words are, what will other people say? What will other people think? It doesn't matter what other people say. Doesn't matter what other people think. Because in your pursuit of athletic excellence, there will be trolls and vampires. Trolls are going to try and pull you down and talk trash about you because you are more successful than they are. And the vampires are going to try to suck the life out of you. It is lonely at the top, but high expectations beat low reality any day. And when people stab you in the back or say things about you behind your back, it is because you're in front of them. So, rule number 1 should be to worry about yourself. Be more concerned with your character. Be more concerned that you are living out your values and pursuing excellence and what you know is true than what other people think or what other people say about you. And number 6, and this is not something you haven't heard before, champions are made, they're not born. Very few people are truly committed to the pursuit of athletic excellence. If it was easy to be an elite level athlete, everyone would be doing it. Because every night when your head hits the pillow, can you answer the question of, did I get just a little bit better today? Because the person looking back at you in the mirror is the person you have to answer to. And other people are going to tell you you can't do it, that you're not big enough, that you're not fast enough, that you're not strong enough, or you're not smart enough. Or even worse, you may be surrounded by a bunch of yes people who tell you that you're the best, when in reality, you're quite average. Be careful of who you listen to. Champions know it doesn't matter what people think because champions are made, champions are developed, they're not born. And anyone can be a champion if they are committed to doing what I call putting the sweat in the bucket in their pursuit of excellence in the fundamentals of being an athlete. And what are those fundamentals? Well, how you eat, how you move, how you recover, how you breathe, how you focus, how you win, and how you celebrate. And number seven, motivation is a daily decision. To stay motivated, you've got to surround yourself with things that motivate you. Do you have a vision board posted in your locker, in your room, in your car, or as a screensaver on your phone? This shows you what you want to accomplish and increases your chances of accomplishing those things by over 30%. Advertise to yourself what you want. The top brands understand that they are day trading for your attention, so they saturate the market and your head with advertising. You want to advertise to yourself on a daily basis with your vision board, with quotes or goals written on your bathroom mirror with a dry erase marker. And by reading a little, a lot, and not a lot, a little on a daily basis from good books or listening to good podcasts, advertising works. That is why companies spend millions of dollars for a 30-second advertisement during the Super Bowl. And number eight, your time is now. Your time is the present moment. 1980 Olympic Team USA hockey coach Herb Brooks said it best in the great movie Miracle when he said, "Your time is now. The time is now, the place is here. Your athletic career is the sum of your todays, the sum of the choices that you have made up until today." The only factor that is the same among all coaches and all athletes watching this show from around the world is that every single one of us only has 86,400 seconds in a day to either spend or invest in development of their potential. Maximize your time management and your priority management skills, and you will get the most out of your days. Number nine, stop counting the days and start making your days count. World champions also know that you don't count the days till the next competition. You make each and every day between competitions count. They set long term goals of where they want to be at the end of the season, but commit 100% to the process each and every day to get there. They are committed to being where their feet are, committed to the here and the now. They realize that yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. And that's why it's called the present. And lastly, number 10, the acronym WIN, W-I-N. What's important now? And what is that right now? Today. What are you going to do today to get better? What are your three goals or wins for today? Do you see a pattern developing here? Each and every day, there are going to be distractions, clickbait that traps you and causes you to waste time instead of working your process and going after your goals in all areas of your life. When you get sidetracked, when you get off on the wrong exit on your way to work, realize that you must get back on the path and get back into the moment. Winning is an end result, but before you can win the day, you need to win the moment or moments by remembering what's important now. Oh, and you thought we were done. Well, I have a bonus number 11 for you. High performers know that the toughest opponent in life will be to master yourself. The Greek philosopher Plato once said the greatest victory is to master oneself. And once you practice and become a master of the mental game, you give yourself the best chance to become the champion you want to become. So now, if you have found this episode insightful, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this episode on your social channels. And definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on training your mental game. So thank you for listening. And remember, the time is now.